And a pleasant good afternoon or good evening to you. Welcome to the Zelda 1 Randomizer. We are in the group stage, and we're presenting to you this match between thomjay and 2% Chungus. I am Adirondack Rick. Elsoa will be joining me momentarily. The bird is currently giving us the traffic report, figuratively and literally. This here is what pretty much is going to now be the final race of the group stage. As there's some talk going on in regards to the race that's coming up at 7 o'clock that may actually not fire. But we'll see what happens here. thomjay has won this group. thomjay has won this group. However, seating is on the line for thomjay. As we welcome you to this. What kind of cave are we going to have at the final, at the starting location? Find out right now. As 2% Chungus gets going, we find ourselves a potion shop. And we have Wiz Robes on the overworld. We have Dark Nuts in the overworld. We have Bull's Voice on the overworld as well. Oh my.
That's a nice combination.
Hey, there's Elsoa. Welcome.
Thank you. Apologize I was a minute or so late.
So tell me how the traffic was.
Well, the traffic caused all of my calculations to be off by about 3 minutes, which happened to be enough. Elsewise, this overall just sounds like a bucket of fun.
Yeah, Bull's Voice, Dark Nuts, Wiz Robes, they're always fun. Hey, there's our sword.
Well, at least it came pretty early this season.
Yep.
That's kind of nice.
So this here, what now probably is the final group stage of this round. thomjay wins. Well, they get themselves a better seeding. That's what we're playing for in this seed.
Okay. Board 3 found. Hi, Gliok. You're a good boss. Looks like with the sword, both runners are going to go in. A little bit of a resource difference in the bombs, but not enough to really swing the race at this point. I mean, we're also, like, not even 2 minutes in.
thomjay suffering a death to the Gliok, and Gliok says, you're going back to start. Hey,
Wait, keys are allowed? The fake seed. We're not allowed to have keys.
We're not?
No. You're only allowed to have one key for 10 minutes.
Okay, well, color me surprised then. What should we do about this?
Figure out what the Crayola color for surprised is, and mark something with that. That's the first step. The second step is there's a Triforce in a terrible room, but with the clock, thomjay is able to get that knowledge.
So the field of 16 is set, Elsoa.
Oh. Well, that's good, we think.
Just where they're going to be depends on what happens in this match.
I predict the 16 of them will be in the top 16 spots.
Does not calculate.
Did I accidentally leave my divide by 0 in there?
Yes, you did.
Ah, dang it. Alright. So if you divide by 0, you cause your computer to blow up, and Captain Falcon shows up to tell you no. So we've seen the Triforce. That's the room that 2% is in, but we have not seen an item yet.
What do you think the item is in this side of this level?
Given how early in the seed we are, I think it's actually going to be the red candle.
That would be good for both runners.
Yeah. It may not be the best item in the world to find, but you certainly won't turn it down when you have no candle.
2% takes a death, unfortunately.
We will get to see the map of this level 3 from thomjay. It looks like a curtain.
Curtain or shield?
With a ladder.
How about a ladder?
Ooh. Okay. Well, it's not quite the candle that I'd hoped for, but ladders are good to have early.
I mean, maybe the red candle is your ladder item.
We could also have the red candle in a ladder block dungeon.
I mean, we could. But do you really want that?
Given the way the seed is going, not particularly. I'd rather have something a little bit more sinister, like the raft. Will ladder block the raft? Will raft block the power bracelet? Will power bracelet block the recorder? Will recorder block the bow? And will wood arrows block the silvers in level 9 with a Goma?
Chungus takes a death, unfortunately, as thomjay has now walked away with the Triforce inside of this level 3. So, just once again, getting back to our original statement in regards to this race, thomjay has won this group regardless, does claim the tiebreaker. Should thomjay lose this race, Custom lost to thomjay during the group stage, so thomjay holds that head-to-head. So regardless, thomjay wins the group. It's just where thomjay ends up in the seeding of the top 10 runners matters in this race. Item in 6. There's your red candle.
All right, well, it was done. All right, so 3 times 2 was 6. And then, let's see, 3 plus 3 is 6. If you have 2 3s and you multiply them, you get 9. So 9 and 2 both have shown up in the numbers, which means I predict the next level we find is going to be 7.
So also calling number 7 for the next level to be found. Let's go ahead and find out if that turns out to be the case as we check Death Armos. Death Armos money. Small secret 9. And which is a lot better than some of the small secrets we've seen, Elsoa.
Yeah, when the small secret is a 5 or less, you feel kind of bad about it. Also, I really like this decision to go ahead and leave 6 with the item. The only thing you need out of there is a Triforce. You can get back here very quickly, given that it's both close to start and close to level 3. And level 6 may have some enemies that you really don't want to deal with on 3 Hearts Wood Sword, especially for how big the dungeon is, compared to go look for more items and come back.
So really at this point in time, the most sinister enemy that you're going to be dealing with inside of a dungeon will be the Lynels.
Yes, well, Lynels on Wood Sword and 3 Hearts is still generally kind of slow.
Right.
But also, Triforces don't necessarily get you progression until you get all 8 of them. So I think there is something to be said for saying, okay, I'm just going to go look for more items. Just because the items will get you progression a little bit sooner than the Triforce as well.
Good work right there, although I'm sure Chungus wish he had picked up the bombs that just dropped by the Gibdos.
To answer the question, did thomjay take a blue candle? He did not. Both runners have not picked up a candle yet. thomjay got the red candle out of level 6. We'll see if 2% Chungus does the same or ends up taking a blue candle somewhere else.
Yeah. 2% is heading in a different direction to find that level 6 at this point in time. Oh gosh. A couple of really nasty screens with Wizrobes on it.
You know, sometimes it's said that Wizrobes on the overworld is a good thing because it gets them out of the dungeons. But
There are screens where they were absolutely horrible in.
Yes. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, Wizard's kind of break on the overworld. Not even just with the staggering, but also just the way the overworld is laid out and where they can go versus where they can't go. So I really do think I would rather have Darknuts on the overworld and Wizard's in the dungeons than vice versa. Just because Wizard's, they still function better in the dungeons, even if you do sometimes have to clear them.
I'll tell you what. Wizrobes are nasty in the overworld for that reason right there.
Mm-hmm.
That reason right there. Pole's voice are nasty in the overworld for a reason themselves. Oh!
I mean, the Pole's voice know how to do task screen scroll, so.
Exactly. They are the best screen scrollers ever. As we find... Nope, sorry, your math is incorrect. It's level 8 we find.
I was off by 1. Dang it. Alright. If you were to ask me, the best combination to get on the overworld, I think, would actually be Darknuts and Vitals. Give the Moblins in the dungeons for easy pickings, put the Gurias in the dungeons so they don't snipe you every time you go anywhere on an overworld screen. Put the Wizards in the dungeons so that they, work correctly.
Plus, the Lionels give you warning when they're about ready to strike.
Yes.
Also, name that ink blot for level 8.
So it looks like a helmet that is slightly damaged on the left side, which is why we have that little piece falling down.
Works for me.
Although
we can't do anything else about this level 8, we can try to bomb down.
I feel like using bombs on a giant crab spider monster should work.
It should, but it doesn't.
Wait, we might be able to go to the right here. There may still yet be options in it.
We might have some more options. You're correct.
Let's see.
Yeah, we're not locked out yet.
Still important to keep that in mind, though, that there may be a Goma block, there may not be, depending on how well you can route around an 8. Although this 8, even though it looks big, I don't think it's actually that big compared to some of the other 8s we've seen.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what level 9 looks like coming up here in a little bit.
Well, if we assume that the 7 is the negative space of the 8, there's a 101 Ruby large secret for thomjay at the vanilla 7 spot. There's a compass of 8 found for 2% Chungus. We'll see if he elects to start making his way towards their potential item in this room, and it's pretty quick to clear.
But there's also 2 connectors we gotta watch out for.
Yep. Whatever purchase from thomjay, honestly, it's not a bad idea when you have the money. And
Recorder and 8.
Let's see what 2% does here, because to me, one of the best plays would be just go get the Triforce out of here. You have the recorder to come back. It's only one more item. Ooh, hold on.
Game may be forcing it.
I don't think that's what it's forcing. I think it's forcing a bow block through that Goma because you can't get around it.
But you can't go to the south?
No.
Oh.
Unless this wall bombs, you are forced to kill the Goma. Oh, hold on. We can.
All right. Ladder item. Is there any key? Nope, we gotta go through that. We have got to go through that Goma. So let's leave level 8 at this point in time. We'll be back later.
Rick, I believe there is a room that that is called, or rather, a phrase that room is called.
There's a phrase that room is called, but we cannot express it here on Speedgaming today.
Yes, it is,
because we're not saying shoot, we're saying something else.
We're saying the O'Farfadugan room. Recorder spot starting to be checked by 2% Chungus, and I like this, pressing that advantage of having the recorder. You don't know if your opponent has that. You may assume your opponent does it because it's level 8.
Yeah. And that has determined races before. Costard is our white sword item.
Not what you wanted to see. Or maybe it is, depending on how hard the hearts are to get in this seed.
It does have an alt name. It's Oh Shoot.
Yes. So, here's a question about the meteor insurance that the runners are purchasing whenever they find a door pair. Are they buying insurance that they're going to get hit by a meteor, or are they buying insurance on a particular meteor that is falling towards Earth?
Let me see here. Given the 18 rupee penalty charge here, I think it's just a particular meteor this time.
Alright. Then I am going to hereby dub the meteor that they're buying insurance for Meteors 2024-9-7A.
That sounds like a town in Maine. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We saw this earlier, but ooh.
Not great.
Yep.
I think you have to up A out of this, I think. Like, you can make it, but it's hard.
Alright, we'll get our rupees, get the 9, get out of here. You did everything you want to. You're leaving the other 2 any roads behind for right this moment, but you probably will head in that direction, see where they go in just a moment. Chungus making the same checks that we've seen by thomjay just a few moments ago, but has not checked 2Q7.
And
also,
was unable to. Nice
vanilla.
Well, it does remove a power bracelet spot, so that's pretty good.
Hey,
Level
there's
4.
4.
It's a nice teal color. Now, this is interesting. This may be just a case of muscle memory if you're wanting the door, when you don't strictly need to because you got the any key. But, as I have said before, muscle memory is a heck of a drug.
Alright, so Chungus dies trying to get to that. Unfortunately got gridded to the point that that blue dark nut bothered the first time, then bothered a second time. And we have a one-room segmented 4.
It's the little lonely room. It needs a brand. One thing that I would like to see 2% Chungus do is if we were willing to do the world wrap, go ahead and knock out your Deadwoods and Graveyard recorder spots, then world wrap back to the any key.
Probably worried about that blue Wizrobe giving the business trying to get to that any key while screen scrolling on the ladder or clipping on the ladder.
Could very well be. Plus, there's nothing wrong with just going to get the any key and then going into some levels, because by that point you won't have to worry about key blocks. It's just an option that you do have if you're willing to do the world wrap. The game does not require you to do any of the ladder clips, block clips, world wraps, etc. It's just an extra tool that you have in the toolbox if you want it. And, can do it. Oh, Wall Masters are squishy. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, I like this enemy set for level 4. Alright. Gotta be careful, mindful of your 2 HP damaged enemies. You're gonna get the key. There we go. Good work. Blue Dark Knight does get Chungus there. That's not great feeling, but at least you got the any key this time.
Right. And depending on what levels Chungus has seen, Chungus might elect to just take that route into a slightly different direction now. In fact, Chungus is about to find level 6. It's hitting me. We're 18 minutes in. The only 2 hearts you've seen are the floor heart and 3 from Chungus, and the coast heart light sword item from thomjay.
I mean, that's the challenging thing about the flag set here, where We do find a staircase in this level 4, and it is the item. It's the magical boomerang. But that's the interesting thing about this flag set, where the hearts are not shuffled.
Yeah, it's... I've gone back and forth on my opinion on heart shuffle. I think I'm settling on nowadays. I like when it's a little bit balanced, where we have periods where we have it on, periods where we have it off. As long as it just... I like it kind of to vary a little bit more than 2 years of it on and then 1 year of it off, etc. Because it does... Heart shuffle does increase the number of rooms you have to check, because you got to look for a floor item. But on the other hand, it does add an additional level of variance that sometimes can be good depending on the flag set. This is not a big 6.
I like the one column on the far left that is not actually being used.
Yeah.
That's unlike normal 6s.
Yeah, honestly, with this map, I'm actually expecting Chungus is going to stick around a little bit to try to get the Triforce out of here as we find 9.
At the letter spot, first quest letter spot. And Ganon apparently is behind you.
Did we actually have a Ganon roar in that first room?
I didn't hear it.
Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. I thought
I did not hear it. I did not hear it.
We shall carry on then. Persuasion doesn't work Triforce. Have we tried diplomatic immunity, though? And revoking it?
Well, I was going to say it's been revoked.
So Chungus is blocked out of 6 by something. Not quite sure what.
Yeah, of course, we never saw the Triforce from thomjay, so it could very well just be too much to do at this point in time, and we'll come back later. Hey, our first take any.
First take any before the Armos item is seen.
Which is in one of 2 spots. And it's now in one of 1 spot.
I'm not convinced.
We have a big problem also if it's not in this next Armos item, or next Armos spot.
Although I'm thinking about it, that would be an interesting flag. Oh, it's
Wand! Oh boy.
That's really nice, because now the Wizards on the overworld looks a little bit better, because the wand will kill everything in the dungeons, except for Ganon.
Hey, there's the Triforce in 6.
Not too deep, so overall a pretty quick 6 for Chungus. Yeah, that could be an interesting flag, is when you turn on Shuffle Armos, you have a secondary flag that shuffles Armos anywhere, where it allows all 5 of the Armos spots to be caves, and when you open up a cave on the overworld, instead of opening a cave, it just...
You're gonna get an item!
Yeah, it just turns into a tile and you get an item.
Alright, we're gonna finally find out where this last any road goes. Hey, 1Q1 and 2Q1.
I'm not... Oh yeah, that's right, they are in the same spot. Just don't mistake it for 3Q1. 3Q1 is an abomination. Well, it's not actually an abomination. The rest of 3Q is. Another heart. Gonna like to pick the heart up. I do like going to 5 hearts here, because it allows you to take a Ganon hug if you're on full health.
Yeah, chat asking about the stakes behind this race. The field of 16 is set. No matter what happens here, we know who the 16 runners are, who's going to be moving on to the bracket phase. Oh, Chungus gets red beamed.
Ooh.
However, where thomjay shows up in the top 10 seeds does matter based on this race.
And consequently, who his first opponent in the brackets will also be affected by that. Although I would like to throw out there that whether thomjay is a higher seed or a lower seed, the field that we have for this tournament and in the Z1R community in general is quite strong, such that regardless of where you end up placing in seeding or in a tournament, there's no real easy matchups, regardless.
Hey, there's your 7.
Yay!
You just had to go chasing waterfalls.
Well, if you listened to the old man in 4 and walked into the waterfall, you were very much rewarded. Hi, Triforce.
Yeah, immediate Triforce. Oh my goodness. Immediate Gleeok.
I like this choice to go ahead and dig a little bit. There is a theory that... well, that's a dead link to a Gleeok. There is a theory or a term, and I don't know who came up with it, so I can't properly credit the person. Called doing your due diligence. And to me, checking at least a couple of rooms around or past the Triforce, not a ton, but at least that couple of rooms is doing your due diligence. After that, you start to jump into the realm of, okay, am I going to gamble on this item and go look for it, or am I going to say, nope, I'm good, I've got my Triforce early, I'm out.
I'm actually surprised thomjay's tackling some of these Gleeoks, maybe looking for a map, perhaps, but with the any key, well, there's the heart container, so there's that. But with the any key, the requirement to take a lot of these very hazardous rooms goes it diminishes.
thomjay could also be looking for a floor bomb pack while he's in here.
True.
Because if you're kind of looking for the item a little bit, if you're looking for perhaps the map to kind of see where you can go, you wouldn't necessarily mind a floor bomb, as 2% shows us why thomjay elected to up A out of that screen below Vanilla 6.
And there's the Triforce for thomjay. But yeah. As far as the group winners are concerned, Antlers, Truant Gamer, thomjay, Brewers Fan JP, up no point, Ugandis, the Pirate Sheep, Melchior, Bogey, and Equations. Those are the runners who will get the top 10 seeds.
That is quite the field before you even throw in the extra 6. And I know of those, there's a lot of long time names, and there's also a lot of people who were in the Rookie Rumble 3 that are much newer to the community that have just springboarded into success.
Exactly.
Which is why I mentioned that there's no such thing as an easy matchup at this point. Really within the whole community, but especially within some of the brackets of the tournaments.
And by the way, for those of you who do not have access to the discussions that we had on Discord earlier today, the async was played between King Doll and Chrono JJ in that group. And the winner of that was Chrono JJ by 29 seconds.
That's only a small amount of time. Like that's less time than it takes to microwave a frozen pizza.
Slamu said microwave a frozen Pop-Tart, but we'll go with your answer too.
Well, that's because microwaving Pop-Tarts is just, hi, there's
0-7.
That's a good find.
That is a huge find for thomjay. We were questioning about thomjay sticking around inside of the 7, and it turns out that was the right decision. Looks like thomjay's trying to farm for some bombs before getting out of here.
I like the play, because this is really quick, it's easy to farm. You've got the wand. You don't have to spend the money on it, and also the bomb shops are in kind of inconvenient places. Although I think we both know what thomjay would really like to see.
What's that?
A bomb upgrade.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Chungus taking a death in level 4. I'm a little concerned that these deaths are starting to pile up, and specifically if that's a large amount of deaths in a short amount of time can often affect the runner regardless of who it is.
And right now we don't have the full list of the 16 posted in a convenient spot, but if you take a look at the standings, you can see who's winning their groups. And right now we can tell you that the person who wound up getting cut off, based on the calculations, the last wild card is done. Which means Sidetown missed out on a wild card by 6 seconds.
Ooh. That's really that's even faster than it takes to turn on the microwave. It's a microwave that popped up. If we're gonna keep with microwaving Pop-Tarts, as much as I think that's a terrible idea.
I mean, it takes you 6 seconds to open up the door, put it in, press buttons, shut the door.
Don't forget to take it out of the metal wrapper, too, otherwise you'll nuke your microwave.
You could only microwave the Pop-Tart if you gave it in the wrapper.
This is why I don't microwave my Pop-Tarts.
Anytime anyone brings up microwaving anything, I just think back to the college days when people kept setting off the fire alarms because they tried microwaving popcorn. And failing at it.
Wait, you guys had microwaves?
Yes, in the residence halls. Mistakes were made.
We didn't even have that. We had to, like, convert coffee makers into ramen makers.
Really?
Yeah. I know exactly who to blame for that, too.
Who's that?
Well, somebody decided they were going to have a grill in their dorm room and stacked their closet full of propane tanks.
Also, I have questions.
They're probably the same ones I have.
Yes.
And the best part is, like, this isn't even the dorms that I was in or adjacent to. These are the ones that people that I knew that were there that were in different dorms were like, yeah, these are the things we saw. I'm like, I didn't realize people could do that.
By the way, thomjay is in level 8 with the bow and arrow.
This is important. So the magical boomerang is going to be left on the floor, or left in the place in the level 4. The boomerangs aren't objectively terrible. They're just bad usually because you find them so late that they don't make a difference. They do get some more value in swordless when it's a little bit harder to force bombs and you need to be more careful about it. And if it's very early in the seed, you also get some value out of it then because you don't have to worry as much about being able to pass through some of the enemies. You can just stun them and go.
Ooh.
I don't like this level 8.
I don't like this level 8 either. I need to do some work here also. I'll be right back.
Okay. Not a problem at all. So thomjay is going to go through the same route that we saw 2% Chungus do earlier and get the same bad news that you will not be able to bomb your way south. That Patra, you're going to have to go the long way to get to the rest of this level 8. But thomjay will pick up a recorder while he's up here, which is generally a very good thing to have. As it allowed thomjay to start doing some of those recorder spots. There's not really any dungeons for him to go back to get items out of. He does have to go back to 6 at some point to get the Triforce, but he may actually elect to do that here soon. 2% Chungus is trying to do the HUD wrap to get across. Does so. He's having to work around the obstacles a little bit. And thomjay now has the bad news that, nope, you gotta go through that Patra. Chungus will find level 9 and immediately leave. Is not going to check the doors that we saw thomjay do. But thomjay is currently heading back to that Patra room. Gonna have to just grit through it. Might actually elect to do some candle boosting to get through instead of have to deal with the Patra. But honestly, Patras are kind of annoying. But thankfully, you do not have to clear the Patras. There is an open door on the other side of it.
Yeah, you just gotta get through this room.
Right. Now, it could have a drop. The only drop that might be relevant at this point is a floor pack of bombs, but you do have to candle boost through every single time.
Yeah, you want to get this thing out of here so that way you don't have to worry about this for the rest of this game.
Level 7 has been found by 2% Chungus.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Chungus treats this. If he grabs Triforce and go, that's pretty much going to be a bad sign. But it looks like Chungus is trying to fight off this room now. I'll grab the Triforce.
Here's the problem that Chungus has. Chungus has a recorder.
Yep, and we're walking away, and the bow is in here.
Chungus will be back eventually, but depending on how long it takes him, that delay could be very costly, especially if this is the second item here in level 8 for thomjay.
This is probably a connector.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 2 connectors in this level 8. It was almost bound to be.
Oh, thomjay's going to elect to go dig a little bit more of this 8.
Probably figures that he's got some room to give based on pulling the bow out of 7.
Combined with, there are still some items that are out there that I think he'd very much like to see. The red ring, the white sword.
Your opportunity cost, if you will.
Yes.
And now Chungus is meeting up with the world's best screen scrollers.
Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Oh.
Troll Dongo strikes again. Who will their next victim be? Now that does block this entire lower right portion of the level.
Chungus flutes back to 7, but not going back in because we want to get back to the river to try to check that other river spot. And this is, well, it's either transport number 1 or transport number 2. We didn't ever connect to the 2. Back-to-back bomb shops, by the way.
And both river blocks.
Also,
okay. This may be connector 3.
All right, is this? It is a connector. All right, we've seen 3 of our 4 connector staircases. We know one of them is down to that bottom section.
I would think if you're looking for the item, you want to take one of these to try to get down to the bottom section because it is 2 rooms.
But what's the chances of the item being in that one room? That one room you skip?
Considering it's Z1R, at least 50%.
Considering the fact that it's randomizer. It doesn't matter what kind of randomizer you're talking about. this Final Fantasy 1. It's the thing you skip is the answer anytime.
Yep. Although thomjay might want to elect to get some bombs before taking a connector. If he's able.
Finally get some.
Gonna go for the Dodongos.
I mean, they're blocking what's efficiently 7 rooms over here, so you want to take care of these.
Yeah. You might go in the transports after that.
Because you know if you find a staircase here, it's got to be the item.
Yep. And if you don't, then you know what's in the segment. Well, hello. Nope, never mind.
Well, nope. I like the way you said that. It was that brief appearance of excitement.
Followed by disaster when the shutter door closed.
All right, looks like it might be in this segment, although I don't think we've cleared out all the rooms. There's our heart container.
There's one room left in this segment. And 2% Chungus is headed back to level 6.
And is heading back to
4.
level 4. We haven't gotten the Armos yet.
Yeah. That's right.
Which has been part of the reason why thomjay has kind of been pulling away in this seed.
You know that part where you said it's going to be the one thing you skipped?
Yep.
It's in that one thing you skipped.
There's the wand for Chungus. All right, so what staircase gets us there? By the way, did we ever go into the Triforce room?
No.
It could be in the Triforce room.
It could. Would certainly be mean on the game's part.
I mean, you got to remember, level 8 is notorious for having one of those RMOSs that has a drop in it. As in the corridor staircase where the bombs normally are before you head to Gliok in vanilla.
Oh, we're going to have to go back towards the Triforce room anyway, because the stair in the top right corner led to the other stair in the top right corner.
That's cool. Definition of cool may differ between people.
Yes. And also if you're the runner versus not. Chungus continuing to find shops, has not found any new levels yet.
They're all probably on Death Mountain. We're still missing 1, 2, and 5, by the way.
Yes. I could see thomjay electing to, from here, go into 6 and get that Triforce, given that it's in the area.
Watch it be in the Triforce room.
Let's find out.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not, but I believe there is a double block room with a standing drop that doesn't have to have push block and aim, but
there it
this
is.
time.
There it is.
Survey says the power bracelet.
Our bracelet, which will be another item we want to find, because it does open up some squares for us. We are still, again, missing 3 of our levels.
If that power bracelet is required, that ends up being just even more stuff that Chungus is going to have to go back and deal with.
Yeah. And right now, Chungus is already... I mean, Chungus has the Triforce lead, but thomjay really has 2 major pieces of this puzzle that Chungus doesn't. The bow and the second item out of 8, which, again, we don't know if we need it or not, but
also, I'd like
very
to
well
note,
could.
I'd also like to note that even though it has the Chungus has the Triforce lead right now, thomjay just evened that up, and when he goes back to 6, he'll take the Triforce lead himself.
Yep.
So
this
is...
Yep. That wishbone turned. Chungus is very trying to get to that 2Q3. 2Q3, unfortunately, is a death pit at this point.
Back up at level 7 for Chungus. Might be looking at Death Mountain now.
And here's 6 for thomjay, as you mentioned. And Death Mountain for Chungus.
We'll be able to clear the Goma out.
Which is a transport staircase, which will take us away from where we need to be, actually. Potentially. Yes. Although we are heading in the right direction. There's the map.
thomjay will likely take a similar route to Chungus up to the staircase. I'm starting to get concerned that we're power bracelet blocked now. Caveat, we haven't seen West Death Mountain. Then we may get to see some of West Death Mountain now as Chungus heads that way. Offering the old man some meat. Now thomjay's got to bomb this wall to the left here to get the fast path to the Triforce. We'll see if he likes to do that or likes to just take the stairway.
And again, staircase could just very well make this even harder for thomjay, as it puts you in the northern section.
It doesn't take him too far, but he is now going the wrong way, so he's going to have a longer 6 than Chungus did. Unless he gets a quick compass. But Chungus has got to find a level soon here if he wants to not have to redig 7. So if you're on Team thomjay, you want to see a compass show up. If you're on Team Chungus, you want him to go back to 7 ASAP.
Yeah, definitely. Chungus needs to go back to 7. Like, there's no doubt about it. Chungus needs to go back to 7 because thomjay's got that as an advantage. Now, the good thing about the bow is that it cannot be in level 9. However, it's just more of the... It's an item that we know that thomjay has that Chungus needs.
But it also blocks the power bracelet, and the power bracelet spot that Chungus just passed is one of the most painful ones to have to get back to.
Don't worry, we're going to find a level here.
Aha, level 2.
I did not know this in advance, by the way, friends.
Dig Dogger hates country. I don't really blame Dig Dogger.
Dig Dogger's always seemed like a more of a dance EDM or hip hop kind of thing.
Yeah. And maybe a little bit of some like
maybe
ambient
roll
thrown in.
White Sword and 2. That's something that Chungus does need.
Yes.
That will help Chungus out. And thomjay does get the Triforce out of level 6.
So now thomjay is on the search for levels 1, 2, and 5. We know 2's up in the northwest corner. We don't know where 1 and 5 are.
And again, this is good for Chungus for the other reason that you're mentioning. Holy cow, that too.
It's a lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was thinking of. because if Chungus is able to get the Triforce out of this level 2, that gives him a recorded place to get back to that power bracelet spot that you're mentioning.
Yes. Yes. But first, you gotta find the Triforce in 2 and hope it's not coma blocked.
Maybe
Because
it's
if it is, yeah.
It's not. But yeah, you're right, because if the Triforce turns out to be Goma Block, that is even worse news at this point in time for Chungus, who, again, needs something pretty badly at this point to help.
Well, the
help out with their routing.
Triforce is one room below. What's the enemy? It doesn't
open.
matter. It's free.
It's open.
thomjay will make his way up here eventually.
Yeah, Bo was deeper in 7, which was you had the Triforce in that first room after you go through the entrance, and that's kind of the reason why we're talking about this in such a big deal, is thomjay takes the Wizrobe beam to the back. I don't think that's very massaging.
No. I don't think so either. First look at the
Look at that Pole's voice in the block clips, and the power bracelets needed.
Oh dear. Now the uphill climb for Chungus gets very real. You have to not only go back into 7, but you have to take the transport in 8 that's right next to the Triforce to be able to go to where the power bracelet is.
And I don't know if we've exhausted all of our recorder locations, but 5, if it is, 5 is either power bracelet or raft blocked.
2% Chungus.
Red
There's a
ring in 1.
Oh man, that combined with the Triforce, or the White Sword being on the way to the Triforce in 2, thomjay is going to be in very good shape combat-wise for level 9.
We have not seen level 5 yet, which is the only outstanding dungeon at this time.
Based on some words from our tracker, Neonane, there is one recorder spot we haven't seen.
Have we seen the one at start?
I don't think we've seen this one.
I know we haven't seen this one, because it's brutal, but I was wondering if we had seen the one close to start.
I think we have.
Get in there. There we go.
And now 2% Chungus knows he's got to get something else.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's a chain of something else's.
Okay, we did check that. That's good. Thank you so much, by the way, Neonane, for doing the tracking for this match and keeping us honest in regards to what's going on in this seed. And Chungus is going back. The Octorok assisted him back into 7, but there you go.
If you needed a more clear sign from the game that you got to go back to 7. The game literally put you in the level.
The enemies put you in there. You have to come in here. You may not like it, but you have to come back in here.
You know, that Octorok is probably on Ganon's naughty list for assisting Link.
Exactly. Alright, here's the item in 1, unless this is a segmented level.
Come on, be the raft. Be the raft.
It's the raft.
We have a chance, folks! At the triple chain reaction!
You sound excited about that.
I am excited about this. Who doesn't love going into 7 where you had the Triforce 2 rooms in to get the bow, so you can go into 8 so you can ignore the Triforce and take a stair that's right before the Triforce to get the power bracelet, to go into level 1 to get the raft to get the 5.
I'm waiting for chat to answer that question. Because I am not speaking up.
And oh, by the way, they're based on our tracker doing their own tracking of what we have seen. There is a 28% chance that we're raft locked.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I am saying there is a chance. But we're not going to know for a little while because thomjay is probably going to check east to west Death Mountain.
That's a 7.
That is a 7.
I don't know what to call it.
Well, when I saw those two things coming up, I thought they were arms tearing, but I don't know what they'd be tearing for.
That actor arc that assisted Link into level 7.
Sure. I like that. White Sword Cave was, I want to say, over near start-ish?
Yeah, it's the burnt bush southeast of 2. Or southeast of 4. That's not level 5.
Now we're at a 33% chance.
I love the fact that you're able to come up with the math real fast.
Something, don't do math on Twitch.
I'm hoping that you will bring this same amount of math with you to Northern Virginia when we're there in 4 weeks.
Well, spoiler warning, to bring this much math with me to Northern Virginia requires me to make sure I don't leave the math in my house.
I mean, you don't drive that. You don't live that far away from SGL, so you might as well bring it with you.
Yeah, I'll just throw it in the backseat.
I mean, you're the one who is known for bringing a desktop with you to SGL.
Just a keyboard and laptop. I didn't bring the whole tower yet. thomjay on the path to finding level 2. Do not drive while operating heavy math. Instructions unclear. Had to do math to drive.
I mean, you got to figure out how slow you're going underneath the speed limit on 495.
And if
there's the bow for Chungus.
And if the person that's turning left with no turn signal on a yield is going to hit you if you continue to go forward. Bow for Chungus allows him to go back into level 8, which I'm sure he's absolutely excited about.
Yeah!
thomjay can pick up a potion.
Alright, so we have level 5. We still have level 5 to find, but we're still looking for 3 items. The silver arrows, the wooden boomerang, and the book. There's level 2 for thomjay.
66% chance of silvers being in level 9, combined with a 40% chance of raft lock now.
I hope you're looking forward to this kind of conversations as we make our way into the bracket phase of this online tournament as well.
Well, I say there's always room for more math.
I thought there was always room for Jello.
Instructions unclear. Shake the Jello into math?
I mean, there were like those number shapes things that people used to do. I don't know if it was my parents or my grandparents that used to do that with the numbers.
I know for certain I have seen number-shaped cookie cutters. So, if I can find those, I will be able to make the math in the form of the Jello using the cookie cutters. Or just math cookies.
Also, did we really wait until the last day of the group stage to actually do commentary together?
Yes.
I mean, I blame going to the coast for a little bit during last week, but I miss this kind of banter with you.
As do I, outside of, the banter we're having right now. That I do not miss because we're actively doing it, so it's impossible to miss it.
So Chungus is making the wrong turn, which is understandable. Looking for the second item of this level does not realize that you have to take the segment, so Chungus will be here for a little bit.
Yeah, but thomjay did the same thing, so in terms of the time savings, effectively a wash. The problem is Chungus needed the time savings of a faster rate. to help catch back up.
Equations is giving you permission to use math during their races.
Instructions perfectly clear. Math will be used.
I mean, it better be. It's hard to believe, in a way, but I mean that's the way the tournaments work. But that we're about ready to take our field of 50 and turn them into 16 after today.
Yeah, but it's not too surprising given the way the tournament was structured to be a 16-person bracket.
However, we will have to make an announcement to our runners real soon.
They're all going to be getting cake if they can solve a math problem?
What kind of cake?
Well, there will be 4 cakes. 1 chocolate, 1 buttercream, 1 marble, and 1 strawberry shortcake. How well you finish the math equation lets you decide what you can get.
Dibs on the buttercream.
Alright, you get the buttercream. I will take dibs on some of the chocolate.
Are we going to have to make a stop at Food Lion to pick up some cake for the guests at SGL?
I already owe the guests at SGL bagels, so...
What kind of bagels?
I'm just going to tell them, surprise me with a variety pack.
Okay, so you're going to get Poppy and everything.
Poppy, everything, and then I'll ask for the non-Poppy and everything bagels in a separate bag so we get something that isn't Poppy and everything.
I mean, you can ask for that, but they won't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when working at Panera Bread that was supposed to be how we were supposed to do things, but I've seen a couple of associates who decided that, hey, everything bagels can go in the same thing as your cinnamon crunches. Enjoy that great oniony smell.
Or just nothing but sesame seed bagels.
I mean, the correct answer is definitely Wegmans, but the Food Lion is the one that's right closest to the hotel.
Yeah, the Wegmans is a little further away, but it does exist. Running out of...
It's
here!
It is power bracelet blocks, so the raft is not needed.
Nope. You can go there for moral support, but I don't know what kind of moral support you're going to get.
Hey, there's the bomb upgrade that you're talking about.
thomjay is probably not going to buy this until he needs to, because he's on full bombs right now. It's right next to the start of 5. So if you run out of bombs at 9, you just come here, get more stuff, call it good. I would like to know what the Zol sent.
What?
I would like to know what the Zol sent to Link.
You don't want to know.
Why do I have a bag of melted Hershey's Kisses?
Why is the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the Inkblot to level 5 is Woodstock from the Peanuts?
I don't know.
Probably just a reveal announcement to answer JP. We will also reveal the prize structure for SGL. Because Krim and I have done some discussions, and thanks to the generosity of the Zelda 1 Randomizer community and its associated friends, we are playing for over $1,500 in the tournament pool.
That's a significantly large amount of money.
Yes, it is.
The thomjay finishing out the pink level 5. I believe this is the Pepto Pink.
This is definitely Pepto Pink, and this is the power bracelet for Chungus.
Da-da-da-dun. So with power bracelet in hand, Chungus can now say, okay, cool, I'm gonna get this Triforce and get out of here. thomjay is going to elect not to take the transport M5 just yet.
All right, Chungus grabs the Triforce. Thankfully, wasn't sniped by the beam, because that would have been an absolute disaster walk back.
At that point, you just take the monitor, put it in the shopping cart, and chuck it off the roof. So, we have seen no item in 5 yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
I think thomjay is going to dig this item, given that he's got knowledge of every other item at this point. There's no reason not to check it.
Here is the compass, so looks like we're heading down to the south. Chungus is about to find this level 5. Excuse me. There's the bomb upgrade purchase, so +3.
Not bad. Chungus may also elect to buy the bomb upgrade. Now, Chungus does not have the red ring, so he's going to take a little bit more damage in here. Or a lot.
Okay, still looking for the item.
I do like that thomjay has made it a habit to just feed all of the old men.
There's the one that you do actually feed.
It's the
And
wood
the
of boomerang.
silvers are in 9.
Fuck silvers in 9 is actually terrible.
It is.
Because now you gotta run around 9 with no map, which means the book is useless pretty much by the time you get it, looking for silver arrows.
Alright, thomjay is heading to level 9. thomjay is heading to level 9. I always say when you do that, when you walk back into a dungeon that you've completed by accident like that.
Yep.
Short walked here to level 9. We are looking for the silvers. And of course, by now, we've done so many of these races over the last, several years that we've gone into the spiel. Everybody by now knows what we're looking for inside of this level 9.
I think we're looking for, let's see. According to my shopping list, we're looking for aluminum foil. We're looking for eggs. And we're looking for sausage.
Why sausage?
Because you can take the eggs and sausage, throw them inside of an English muffin as kind of a mixed scramble, wrap it in aluminum foil, and put it in the oven to keep it nice and toasty.
Hey, Dig Dogger. How you doing, buddy?
This could be a required dig dogger.
And we're going to find out. It is a transport staircase.
There are generally
surprising.
6. There are generally 6
Hey,
sets.
Dig Dogger. How you doing, buddy?
Dig Dogger is not amused with Link's existence.
Hey, there's the map.
Well,
Oh, goodness. 60 rooms.
you know, based on the fact that we have dig doggers, I believe Gomas are in the same boss set as dig doggers, so we may actually have a Goma blocked silvers.
Oh, that would be glorious.
I'm not too surprised, though, that 9 is gigantic, given that 8 and 7 were relatively evenly sized.
I agree. Like, it was almost a conclusion that we were going to be dealing with almost a brick. Chungus is walking by the bomb upgrade. Needs the bombs to the south in order to get to the path to the wooden boomerang and for the Triforce. Looks like we were kind of cut off in this stretch, so we're going to go back to that staircase, I'm going to assume, unless this opens up. It doesn't.
Yeah, this is probably go through the staircase here.
Yeah, this is find out where this goes to at this point.
Hi, main handler.
By Manhandler.
Well, this takes us...
One room to the right of where we started in this 9.
But it is a new part of the level.
It is.
I don't know if I want to ask the old man about...
Oh.
But...
Oh,
you're
roar.
Blocked.
We have a roar.
That we do. I think you can go to the right from start. thomjay's about to confirm or deny that. There we go. You know what I would like to see just once in a Z1 RC, even if I have to be the person playing it when it happens? Your options to get to Ganon are to go through a triple magic stair or a Zelda blocked.
That's incredible.
Speaking of Zelda blocked, we don't have a way to get to Ganon right now.
I don't have a problem with that.
We have a way to get to that hole in the map. But also, we don't have silvers yet.
That's why I don't have a problem with that. How is this the answer?
No.
No, it's the book. And at this point, the book does you nothing.
It makes you have wand fire.
The book does nothing at this point.
It's physically something. The book creates wand fire.
Okay. For the runners at this point in time, it does not give them any sort of advantage.
There we go.
Chungus is heading to the wrong district here to find where we need to go, and we are now in the northeast corner. Hey,
hi, Zelda.
There's our Zelda.
Okay, well, at least you know we have quick access to Z once we find G in the silvers. And by find G, I mean find the path.
Find the way to G.
Yep.
Hey, old man, all back to back.
It's nice that they're out of the way. Doesn't change that the walls will not open.
By the way, Chungus needs to get to the grave push block for where level 1 is.
Yes. Although, he may be headed in that direction now after he gets done with this push block.
Yeah. The question is, how much time does Chungus have? Oh, it's going to be even longer.
Not the death you wanted to take.
No. No.
Thankfully, you can record her back.
Got a little too tunnel vision there.
We don't like to see shutter doors at this point.
But you're going to see him. This is an RMOS.
We like this room.
You like it better if this turns out to be where the silvers are.
I'd like it even more better if it had enemies that weren't blue gorillas. There they are! And thomjay is in the vicinity of where we heard Ganon, so he might be able to continue along this way to get a path.
Yeah, well, let's head to the south here. Let's see if we hear. Yep.
So Ganon's either in this room or below where thomjay is now. Looks like Ganon is below.
Yeah, we're going to hear it no matter what in that room. I forgot. It's still an adjacent no matter what. And we can get there, we can bomb in. Here's Ganon.
As 2% Chungus finds level 1. So you're going to need 8 hits with the white sword, and this room, Ganon likes to be misbehaved.
Yeah, there's several rooms like this where Ganon just doesn't care about your traditional layouts.
Nor does he care about being inside of the wall. He's been playing too much Wind Waker.
There we go, final hit. And thomjay just needs to make the walk over to Zelda, probably do an up and A here, or no, we're just going to see if we can't walk straight there. But thomjay's in position to go 4-0.
Which will definitely do him some good for seeding purposes. This might have been faster than up A, because up A you gotta go through a stair and more horizontal transitions. As 2% Chungus gets the Triforce out of level 1 and is now eligible to go to level 9, but does not have both items.
And there it is. So thomjay is going to be 1 of 5 to go 4-0 here in the group stage.
Finishing with an official time of something. I need to pull that up real quick, actually.
He ho ho ha he.
Right now,
And
joined
that's
by
how we
thomjay.
say hi.
Yeah.
So, the thing that kind of really set you two on the different paths was 2% Chungus had the early recorder out of 8. You did not when you got to 7. That led to you digging. That may have led to you digging 7 more to get the bow on your first trip in. 2% Chungus had to go back for that. But having the bow allowed you to do pretty much all of 8 in one trip instead of the double dip.
Okay.
Yeah, how good did you feel about pulling the bow out of that 7?
Felt good, but I could have watched that room before I took the transport, and the room before it, so could have been faster.
It could have, but I mean, things happen obviously in the middle of the run. Sometimes the paths that you choose may not be the right ones, but overall, you made enough of the right paths that mattered. That level 8 was mean.
Yeah. That was no fun.
And it had double required items.
I was thinking about leaving when I found the recorder, but then it's the first time that it was a small 8, so I had to dig it just because of that. I'm glad I did, but Jesus Christ, what a chaos in there.
Well, at least you guys had the early ladder and any key, because level 3 decided to be nice.
I don't. Yeah, the key was on the coast. Yeah.
Yep.
I couldn't remember where it was.
And a free red candle in 6.
Yeah, that was nice.
Although, did we even need that candle? We
Nope.
did not. None of the levels were candle blocked.
Caveat, how
only-
often are you going to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It said the only item that was the white sword heart container.
But how often are you actually going to gamble on a CB canvas?
One more time. So, one more time, please.
How often is someone going to gamble on a seed being candleless deliberately? If they are, like, getting candles within the first 5 minutes.
I can't remember the last one I played that was candleless, so...
So with this win, you are now 4-0, which will guarantee you one of the top 5 seeds in this upcoming bracket phase of this tournament. How do you feel about your play exiting this group stage?
I felt good the first 2 matches, but the last 2 now has been not so. I have not felt good.
In what way?
Everything feels slow and clunky. No, I have no flow.
Well, to be fair, I mean, when you put the power bracelet in a 2-room section of a level 8, that doesn't really help matters. And the fact that your 3 of the dungeons were, especially one of the smallest levels. Actually, what was it? 2 dungeons were behind items, and you needed a bow for level 8.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought we had a dungeon under the recorder.
We did not.
I misremembered.
Because if we had a recorder block dungeon, that would have given Chungus an early advantage. By the way, Chungus has been close to the district where he needs to be to get the silvers, but didn't quite complete that cycle, but is close at this point.
Did end up taking a death because Chungus is doing this without the red ring at a level 1.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, the fact that Chungus did not get the red ring at a level 1. Yeah, this also was several unfortunate deaths, especially when you had Wizropes heavily guarding the 2Q3 spot.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Wizards on the overworld were a little bit more annoying than probably would have liked. There's the book for Chungus. He's not going to pick it up.
I don't mind the Wizards on the overworld, but just the yellow Wizards when their spawns are staggered. Or how do you say?
Yes, especially in the Lost
the
Woods and
worst.
Forest spots.
That's the worst. You have to, every screen transition, you have to wait and see what's on the screen. You cannot just go.
Yep, and Chungus now gets the news that is where Princess Zelda is.
Chungus may end up following a similar path to what you took, thomjay, here in level 9.
Yeah, heading in that direction right now.
And Silvers, we're basically on the way to Ganon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chungus right now is 2 rooms away from the silvers.
Let's see. Should be 1 south of here-ish.
Yes. Yeah. Can we get there? Yes, we can. So here comes the silvers for 2% Chungus. And how nice for that rupee to be right where it is to let you know that this is a room that you need to clear.
Or at the very least, let you know that there's a stair in this room.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to any of those fake-out double block rooms.
Or worse, the ones with a floor drop that spawns after you kill the enemies.
Yeah, for certain. Alright, we'll hear Ganon in this room. Gonna check just like thomjay did. Or no, we're gonna check the bomb wall first. Okay.
Here we go.
Here's Ganon.
It's time to make Gan on, Gan off.
I'm just gonna smile and nod at that, Elsoa.
Gonna take 8 hits. Getting a stun lock.
There it is. And thomjay looks like about a 10-minute differential in this race once Chungus repeats the path back to Princess Zelda. Just gonna go the straight up route.
Go up until you cannot go up anymore because there's no door to get into Zelda's room.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so we're just going to take it left and go around and get ready to get your GGs in chat for 2% Chungus. And there it is.
AG's at 2% Chungus. And the time differential does, I believe, still matter in some form.
Yeah, thomjay's seating is what's important with the time differential because it's average win time to separate the 4 and O's. Let's see if 2% wants to come on in and join us for this conversation. We do need to wrap up here shortly because we got something coming up right at 6 o'clock.
Yes, and we would prefer not to make them late.
That will be coming up next is the Mega Man Speedgaming Live Tournament, all stages. So we hope you can stick around for that coming up in just a few minutes. So if 2% Chungus wants to come in here, that's fine. And if not, that is perfectly fine as well. Here we go. We do have 2% coming on in. Welcome into the conversation, 2% Chungus.
Hello.
So, the key divergence point was level 7. Because thomjay had pulled the red candle out of 6 early, you had pulled the red candle out of 8 early, but things were still pretty close up to that point. It wasn't until you went into 7, saw the early try first, and said, cool, I'm going to leave, I got a recorder, I can come back. thomjay stuck around, found the bow out of there, and that got him into 8 sooner to get the power bracelet, which blocked the 2 dungeons.
Yep, that would have done it. This he did a little bit of everything in that way.
Yeah, how about the lovely little Wizrobe gatekeepers for that 2Q3? You unfortunately got the wrong end of them a few times during the course of that seed.
Yep, and got more and more desperate as I ran out of places to check. I'm like, oh, this has got to be a dungeon or else I got to dig 7. I guess I'll just keep dying with Wizrobes.
Yeah, but unfortunately the game told you, and nice assist by that Octorok, by the way, to push you back into that 7.
Oh yeah, that was great.
It's like the game's not giving you helpful hints, but the enemies are giving you helpful hints. You got to be back in here.
Yep, I need to learn to trust my instinct, and sometimes the instinct is the bad guys. Had a great end though, and GG thomjay.
GG.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, your tournament comes to an end with this race, but how did you feel about being a part of this? And do you look forward to more stuff coming along?
Oh yeah, it was a blast. I haven't been super active in the community because partly because I'm busy and partly because I just finished with the Mega Man 2 Rando tournament, which is part of why I had to de-rust for this a little bit. But it was a great time, and I will be doing more Z1R as soon as I can. I love it here.
Oh, awesome. We do appreciate having you here, so we'll definitely look forward to seeing you in some of the TPs and the weekly races.
Heck yeah.
So, Elso, is there anything else you want to ask both of our runners here before we wrap up?
Nothing to ask, but I do want to note that I appreciated feeding the meat to every old man that was seen, thomjay.
I was trying to bribe them to give me the silvers.
And sadly, they decided to stick them in level 9 for you. But we did appreciate that until you had to get rid of the bait. And then I noticed that you serenaded the remains of the Lionel.
Yeah.
All right, so this here, I'm more than certain because the 715 is going to get canceled. We'll bring our group stage to an end. For those of you who are the top 16, we will go ahead and make an announcement coming up here at some point, either this evening or early tomorrow, to note who the 16 are and what the prize payout is going to be for this tournament. But a big thank you to the runners who did participate in this tournament, especially the 34 of them who will not be moving on after this day of racing. It's been a fun tournament. It's been fun catching these, Elsoa.
Yes, and there might have been some size of relief that there was none of the 5-2-2 tiebreakers needed.
Although I know that there were some people that were disappointed that the three-way 3-1 tie did not happen due to the results of the async.
Yep.
But yeah, if you want to get more information as we make our way into the brackets, you can do !Z or SGL 24 Z1R, and we'll have an announcement coming up on the Discord shortly in regards to the bracket phase. So a big thank you to everyone who's been here joining us for these races. Big thank you to all the commentators, the trackers, the restreamers, and thank you all for watching. More Z1R coming up with the bracket phase starting sometime tomorrow or Monday. Until then, stick around. Got Mega Man up next here on Speedgaming 1. Neo Nane, thank you so much for doing the tracking. Elsoa, you can have the final word. I'm Adoretta Rick saying thank you for joining us.
And I want to echo the things that Rick had said without saying them because that would be long-winded, but the final word I'm going to leave you with is the word of the day, which, I forgot what my word of the day was. So we're just going to leave with that. Probably something math-related. But, again, thank you, everyone, for coming out and watching. And we do have Mega Man coming up here in a couple of minutes.